Hi, my name is CM Manjunath. In this video, you're going to learn how to get started with your own business online. Whether you have a product, a service, a course, this applies to whatever business you're into. I'm going to cover the very basics, and once you get an idea of these, then you can move to phase 2, really to the next level and learn a lot more. The objectives of this session is to give you insights into what it takes to create your own website. It tells you about establishing your social media presence, and finally we're going to discuss about how to generate leads for your business. These are like very first steps that you got to take in order to build your online presence. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the website. When we talk about a website, usually what we do is we have a domain name that we give to people. So for example, if somebody asks me what your domain name is, what your website is about, and I would say, hey, check out cmmanjunath.com, and I talk about digital marketing. As simple as that, right? A domain name is the recognition, is all about branding. Okay, so Amazon is an example of a domain name, amazon.in. Right? When we go to facebook.com, that's an example of a domain name as well, right? So domain name needs to be registered in order to make it your own. Think of it like the license for your vehicle, right? You got to register it to make sure that the property is yours. Number 2, once you got your domain name registered, you got to have a hosting account. Now, if you think about any website, such as Amazon in this case, we have the image of a logo. We have these banner images. We have products images. We have the text, right? And sometimes we have videos and so on and so forth. If I go into a specific product, there is the product description, the price, the star rating. You know what? All these are media that go into your website, and they need to be stored someplace. There needs to be a database where all these information will be stored so that when a user goes to your website, those can be fetched and shown to them, rendered to them as we call it. So that requires a hosting account. These are the very basic stuff that you need in order to build your website. You need a domain name and you need a hosting account. And apart from that, you can do this yourself, or you can hire somebody to do the website design or development. Now, if you want to focus on your products and services or course creation, you might want to focus on that. Instead, if you focus too much on building a website and designing a website, that could eat up on your productive time. So think about it. It's your choice. If you can invest some money and hire a good developer or a designer for your website, that'll be great. But if you are bootstrapped, then you might consider learning how to develop your website. It's not that difficult. If you want to know how to do that, I'm going to share a link up top as well as in the description. Click on that, watch the video, the playlist of videos where you can learn how to build your own WordPress website. So you could do that way. So that's what goes into a website. Now let's talk about social media presence. In today's world, your business needs to be present in as many places as possible, ideally everywhere. But if you're like a one-man band, for example, it's not going to be easy. So you got to determine where your customers hang out. Where does your target audience spend most time? And if you believe Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn are the different places, guess what? You've got to have your business pages on these locations, on these websites. Okay, so you can go to Facebook, create your Facebook business page. Now this is different from your Facebook profile. Profile is created for individuals. Pages are created for people who want to follow you, who want to get updates from you, who want to benefit from the value that you would provide. So you got to create a Facebook page. Same with Instagram. So Instagram is a part of Facebook, and you got to create your Instagram page as well. And that should be a professional page, a business page. Number 3, YouTube. YouTube is wonderful, people love video content, so creating your YouTube channel can be super useful to generate leads and really to add value to your target audience. And number 4 is LinkedIn. If your business is B2B, which is business to business, for example, right now what I do is B2B. I share knowledge about digital marketing with entrepreneurs who want to learn about digital marketing, who want to execute the lead generation process for their own business. For example, that would be B2B. In that case, establishing your presence on LinkedIn would be very good, very effective for you. Which brings me to the last step in this process, which is lead generation. And this is the challenging part. Building a website may not be that difficult. Establishing your social media presence can be slightly challenging, but setting up your Facebook page or Instagram page or setting up your YouTube channel wouldn't take more than a couple of hours, and you could make it really cool. But generating leads, really marketing your products and services, that's where it can get slightly tricky. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lead generation can be boiled down to 2 parts. 1, through organic method, and 2, through paid method. The benefit of going the organic route is that you could get some long-term results. If you created some awesome content and published it on a consistent basis, over time, people will get to know it acts as a great tool for creating awareness, branding, brand recall, and all that good stuff with organic. The drawback, however, with organic reach is the fact that it takes time, especially on Google. For example, if you created tons of blog posts, it takes 6 months or more for your content to be discovered on Google search results, right? So that's a little bit of a challenge. When you think about social media, again, you might have a Facebook page, you could be posting organic content, but the reach organically has dwindled on these social media platforms. It's pay to play. That's the approach. So you've got to run paid advertisements if you're using Facebook and Instagram. Having said that, you absolutely must have organic presence. It might consume time, it might take time, but it's totally worth it because you can generate leads in the long run. Very, very powerful indeed. But the key word when you think about organic is consistent. You got to create consistent content, add value to your target audience consistently if you want to generate leads. The ideas for your content could be in the format of videos. Videos are very popular right now, blogs and podcasts. And when I talk about videos, short videos are awesome. Okay, short videos seem to be working for many different industries, so you might want to consider doing that. When you think about paid advertising, you can run advertisements on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube if you are a B2C, which means you're serving consumers directly. On the other hand, if you're doing a B2B, then it can get slightly expensive, but LinkedIn would be a great platform to run advertisement and generate leads as well. So what's the process? When you think about the advertising, what you'd want to do is create some really good ad copies, run them on platforms such as Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, where your target audience is probably hanging out, right? So you put the word out to your target audience through ad copies. People read your ad copy, watch your video, they click on it, and boom, they are taken to a landing page. And this is called driving traffic. You're getting people from these social media platforms to your website or a landing page. Number 2, once they visit your landing page, what you'd want to do is, first things first, you got to capture the email address and phone number. So you got to trade. Okay, you got to give something of value to them, and in exchange, you get their email address and phone number. Now, this value that you're exchanging could be in the form of ebooks. It could be tutorials. It could be infographics. Something that really adds value to people's lives, and this lead, we call that the lead magnet. something that you offer of value in exchange for their email address or phone number has to be something awesome. When they find value in that, they are more likely to give their phone number and email address. And once you have their phone number and email address, you have the permission to build the relationship. You have permission to nurture that lead. Okay, so provide a lots of value, not just for the lead magnet, but even after that. Start sending emails, build a relationship with them, give something that they absolutely want, need, and desire, and solutions to their challenges and problems. They are more likely to trust you. They are more likely to listen to your offers in the future. And that's when, once you've added enough value, you've built enough trust with your target audience, then you can ask for enrollment. If you're doing a course, if you're selling a product, again, you can ask for their money in exchange for this amazing product. So when people find that they've got so much value for free from you, they're just absolutely blown away by the free content. They're going to think, wow, if I were to pay, imagine how good that content would be, right? So that's the kind of value and perception that needs to be created in the user's mind before you offer your products and services. All right, I hope this was useful. Please focus on these. In the next videos, I'll also talk about how you can create amazing offers and give bonuses and more value to your target audience, so that they will feel irresistible when you offer something that would benefit them. All right, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments. Tell me what exactly would you like to know more about within the organic and paid marketing approaches. My name is CM Manjunath, and I will see you next time.